Hey guys, welcome to another Saturday morning live. I am your co-host, Porcelain Piggy, and over here we have.
Mighty Max Toys, otherwise known as Max. You can call me whatever you want. What's important today is Porcelain Piggy's B-Day.
Birthday weekend.
Birthday weekend, indeed. You have the best birthday weekend setup, in my opinion. Like it's
I
such
have
good.
so many choices. It's
Yeah,
wild. I was like, the stars have aligned to have all the choices in the world for things I can do this weekend.
yeah, and you have
Sorry, family. There's social events I need to attend.
no totally. And you know what? I am glad that you decided to spend it that way because I get to tag along into a few of them. And let's just face it, we said it last week. We are ready for another show. We are ready to get back into the swing of things. You're going to look at the slides and you're going to be like, oh my God, is this the same show that we saw last week? No. The answer is no. Last week it was
Last week we had both just rolled out of bed or woken up from
mhm.
a mini nap. We were like a mess. Max looks like he just woke up from a mini nap, but honestly, he's been working really hard on the slides, and you'll see his love and care poured into the slide deck. I literally just made 2 slides. He made the rest. So props to this child.
Now, here's the deal. There's nothing better than having a Friday birthday because you get Saturday, you get Sunday and Friday, and we have
And
so
Monday.
many. Yeah, and Monday, and we have. Oh yeah, isn't it Labor Day? No, it's before Labor
No,
Day.
it's not. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, not yet. Because we have so many events to talk to you about, and some of them were a surprise to me. Some of them were a surprise to Porcelain Piggy. So let's go ahead and tackle this here list of events. But before we start, right, let's do a proper birthday celebration slide, right? Because Porcelain Piggy is turning 1,000 years old, and
Ah, Susan,
now she joins the club of Kuchipachi, eternal astral beings of light.
we try our best. We try our best.
I know. By the way, I really love this.
I love this slide. It's so cute. I'm tired. Well, you should have seen my face when I opened them today at 6 a.m. I was like, this is so cute. I was enjoying looking at the slide.
Now, Kuchipachi just, lends himself to just so many shenanigans, and he's loved by his family.
He
You know,
is love. He has 2 little twin brothers that love
and
him too. It's so cute.
I wish family birthdays were like that in real life.
So sad.
But in any case, let us go ahead and move on and talk about events, right?
I love
And I'm
Tamatown.
going to submit my vote right here and say that we should have this slide as the events forever.
I think so too. Tamatown is filled with events, honestly. So I think it is a very good way to just highlight all the events that are coming up. And it looks busy, just like LA. There's always
Yeah,
something
yeah,
going
it
on.
does.
There's
It does.
cafes. Look, they even have like a cute little mail, a little USPS there, but like Japan style. They have a hospital just in case you party too hard. They have a
Yeah.
bank
They have
because you got to get that cash out today. This weekend, we need cash in hand
cash only.
because
Yeah,
lots
cash
of
only.
cash
Absolutely.
yeah, so that's one of the things we'll make sure to do. So that's really cool. I think Tamatown does represent the events in LA.
Tamagotchi is also the only place where you can find a Olympic-sized pool that is L-shaped. Right? All right, how Tamagotchi, how? But I do. If
And
you guys know,
question it. Our world needs to be mimicked by them. They just know
I
the right
know,
way.
right? Now, if you're not familiar with this Tamatown, this actually I think debuted on the Nintendo DS, right?
Ooh.
Tamagotchi Connection, Corner Shop 2, and Corner Shop 1.
Yeah. Oh, Max went. Max, I think his computer might have passed away. I think he forgot to charge it. He put so much brain energy into creating the slides that I think it dropped. But there he is. He came back. I
Sorry,
was like, I
sorry,
think
sorry.
he focused hardcore in the slides that his computer passed away.
No, it wasn't. I accidentally closed my
um,
my
but
window.
one of the things is that those Tama games from the DS completely changed our lives because not only did I learn how to become a really good dentist and how to swag up your teeth,
Yep.
through it, I also learned how to make what's it called? The little octopus balls
Oh, yeah.
before they were even a thing. Yeah,
Yes.
before they were popular in the US, I knew about them because of Tamagotchi. And I knew how to decorate cakes because of Tamagotchi. It was so good. The Tamatown through the DS gave us like an in-depth look into the true Tamagotchi world that we had just gotten to a tiny, just it wasn't even LED screen at the time. It was just
No.
like pixelated, unlit screen.
And honestly, if you want to, if you have a child who's struggling with finding a career or purpose in life, this is like career day game, because they explore whether or not they want to be a dentist. Or
And you're like, you know what? I might be a dance, but this cavity sure look mean.
if you don't, if you haven't got a chance to, please play those games. They are so silly and dumb. They also they also had, like bedazzled or bling teeth before it was cool.
Exactly. They were putting gems and stones in your teeth before you were cool. Like Tamas would come because they have a cavity and leave with like blinged up teeth. They're like, I
Yeah.
just want diamonds in my teeth. I wanted to say Mamechi.
Yes, you got right stuff. Again, this is an incredibly fun game, and it's such a cute game. So much so that we got our cousin Lou so into it. I think he still has the games to this day.
He has, so we have the cases of the games. We lend him the games itself. So he still has both of our games
And
with
every
him. I
now and
tell
then,
him next time we see each other, bring him over because I do want to play.
tricky. Let's do it.
The sound effects are so good. I want to figure out how we can like do a video game play from our DS to there.
Oh
So
yeah,
that way you guys can follow along, help me clean teeth.
dude, we can do an entire like playthrough for the game. That would be fun.
It's a
Now,
great.
if we are talking about painting the town, let's go ahead and talk about painting the town purple. But unfortunately, this event has already passed. It's
Yeah, it was
in,
in New York.
and we didn't hear about it because it was July. We took a break during July. We also went abroad during July. So unfortunately, we bring it to you in retrospect. But I feel like it's still good to talk about it for the record, because for Furby historians to say, "Oh yeah, remember that thing?" We bring you Furby was here, which apparently was a Furberized, specific landmarks across New York, which led you to the Furby place.
Exactly. And there were Furby footprints that you could follow along to
Mm.
get you there. I saw it when I was abroad. I was like, oh, no way. The time that I leave the States, Furby does something. And then I was like, New York. Oh my God, it's okay. I was going to go anyways. So like it's fingers crossed that they bring it to LA. I really hope they do this here too. I will take a
Yeah.
day off work to just go follow Furby.
And like, sure, New York is New York. Santa Monica is a cool place. It lends itself to this type of thing all the time. So bring
Yeah,
it over.
TNMNT did it. And they did a
Yep.
great job.
Yep.
So
Yep. And I'm just kind of like weirded out by the fact that they put fur all over the wall. So you can actually like touch it and go,
for me, it's like what I see is that all the handprints make it look so creepy. Make
I
it look like
know.
a haunted room or like escape room. And like the red velvet inside doesn't help. It looks like you're inside the guts of a Furby. I don't
Right,
know.
right.
Marketing is kind of funky with this. Like their Instagram is all over the place. Event creation is like wacky. So I don't know. I'm gonna follow along just because I want to be part of a Furby event so badly.
At
But
least one, right?
yeah, at least one. They had one. They had a pop-up one before the big drop, but it was like so random and it was like in
Mhm.
Anaheim and there was no announcement but that morning.
Yeah,
So a lot of people that didn't even know and they were just luckily walking by ended up getting to go. And for me, I was like, if you would have told me a day ahead, I would have totally done the drive.
I know, but it was just like we has been well documented that the marketing campaign for this has been hit and miss, mostly miss, since the beginning of this particular show. Now, I do have one bit of Furby news, and it's that Target now is selling the same Furbies, right? But for $10 cheaper.
Ooh.
They now have a new cheaper price. It's not a discount like a sale. This
Hmm.
comes straight from Hasbro or either Target. They are now $10 cheaper, so you can go if you want him. I saw the Rainbow Furby, which was in my local Target, and it was only $49.99 as opposed to $59.99, which was
That's not
pretty
bad.
small. So just FYI, which means that you
And
also. Mhm.
sorry, one more thing. If you're looking for just the very first one that was released, like the purple one, it is available on the secondary market, and the base price for those is about $20.
Wow.
They're selling pretty cheap. So if you want to get your hands in some, be checking out the secondary market if you don't mind, like not doing the unboxing, and if you want to just open and you want it with. They also bring all the beads and all the
Hmm.
accessories. So the average price I've seen is 20 to 25. So just an FYI, if you're looking for it, a lot of times I look at them and I was like, I spend a lot of money in mine.
Yeah, it's true. But then we needed it for the cover up, for the cover of the actual news. By the
No, and I
way,
did this because I hoard Furby boxes.
yes, and also the necklaces. And by the way, you might want to highlight Bambi's latest set of comments here because she's giving us a FYI. Kelly's
That
toy
Kelly's
shop.
Toy Shop in Huntington Beach does have some vintage fairies. I saw your photos last time that you were there. Ooh,
Mm.
let me know if you want one, Flores. Ah, girl, I gotta look because
She
I
has
get
a she has,
confused about which ones I have and which ones I don't.
exactly. You need to look at your freaking list. You made the list, but you don't use your list. For
I don't look at it often because I'm like, the more the merrier.
So let's fast forward from the past all the way to the present. Let's talk about one of our favorite events, which was a complete surprise that it was coming back. I thought it was a once a year thing.
Now
We're
it
talking
happens
about
twice.
we're talking about the All American Collector Show in Glendale, California. Personal, please tell us what's up with this.
So it does happen twice a year. Once we get at the beginning of the year, and then this other one at the summer. I don't think it happens a third time, but this is as far as I know. So this is the All American Collectors Toy Show is happening now. It will be starting at 10 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m. It started yesterday, actually, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that was a special preview show, which was a $40 entry fee. But today, if you don't want to spend $40 at the door, you can go today starting at 10 a.m. And it is just $10 to get in. Don't forget that it's cash. As far as I know, it's cash
Yeah,
only. Um, and the thing is that you also need to bring cash for the parking because the parking last year was about $7. Not sure if
yeah,
that has increased as well. So just an FYI, if you're gonna park in the building, it does have a funky little structure. You have to make a right as soon as you as soon as
yeah.
you
It's
turn in.
weird.
Yeah, it has a weird setup. You'll figure it out. Just be careful when if you do park in the structure because it's a funky little setup. But it is about $7 to park there,
Yeah,
10 to get in. But
and
you
there
get
is no street parking.
so many. Yeah, we've looked. I'm gonna try to see if I can find some kind of street parking today because I don't want to pay that fee. Um, but I'm really excited to go. That's this place where I got my first. I want to say bursting bear, but it's not stiff bear. Um, I got it last year. Was it last year's or was it this year's in like winterish? I don't recall, but I did get it for like $20, and I always find such good stuff. Our friends Retro Butter, Astro Zero Base, and Toys of the New Universe usually make it out there. Our friends from INS usually make it out there as
Yes, true.
well. So just keep an eye, lots of familiar faces, and they bring out stock that's mainly just for this event that they've been hoarding
Yeah,
on this side. So you can show up at this event and pick it up there. Because I know Retro Butter and Astro Base usually have like the cutest and coolest kaiju stuff there. Every year I pick up something kaiju from them there. Like last year I picked this one up and it was so cute. And I got it for my Cutzilla. So I'm looking
you
for
still have
something.
it in bag.
I still have it in bag. I didn't want to open it. It's just so cute. Like if they have another one this year, I will pick it up because look, it even has like the Godzilla Toho sticker.
Oh, so it's legit. I thought they bagged it. They like a rebag type of thing.
Oh no.
Hmm.
So they had a lot of these little vintage thingies, and I was like, they had different colors. So we'll see if they have them this year. I'll pick up another. If not, we'll see what they have. They usually have really good
They
stuff.
usually have very weird things. Like sometimes you go with the idea of, hey, I'm gonna buy toys, but you end up buying a poster or
Mhm.
not buying a poster. Like I failed to do that one last time. Oh my god, I'm still kicking myself for it. It's been an entire
Maybe this
year.
year will be the year that you'll find it
Maybe,
again.
maybe. And also, I s- I don't want to say I started a trend, but I did start to collect like vintage Matchbox, and
Oh,
now everyone and their mother is doing vintage Matchbox hunting, and I was like, oh my god, now prices are gonna go really high. But anyways, we will be there today, a little bit later. Not exactly sure when, but we'll definitely be there. So we'll keep nice little coverage in our Instagram. Follow us up if you see anything you like. Let us know. Uh, Now the other thing is that you have the Tourist Antique Fair Market, not this weekend, but next weekend, right? So
okay.
this is another show that I will be attending. We are considering vending that time.
Ooh.
If the weather allows, we will go ahead and do it. We will let you know. Um, because we have a whole bunch of stock that we just kind of want to get rid of before the beginning of our next academic year, so we're not going to have time to move a whole bunch of stuff. So we just kind of want to do a blowout sale of all these clothes that my wife has accumulated. So if you're interested, definitely go to the Torrance Antique Fair website. It's a really cool show. Plenty of street parking, completely free. They don't require just cash. It is the polar opposite of the All American Toy Show. No parking fee, plenty of parking, free entrance as opposed to $10. But the drawback is that you do have a lot more diversity. You have more food vendors. You have more
And
plant
that's not
vendors.
that's not a downfall, honestly.
Yeah,
I There was this lady selling some delicious cannellonis last time. I was like, I'm here for it.
yeah. So if that's your vibe, definitely stop by. It's a beautiful, beautiful event. Now, Porcelain Piggy, I put this up. I found this, not knowing whether or not you were in the know, but I
I
guess
was
you saw
not. I was not in the know to know. I was not in the know to know, but they do have an Instagram, which was very helpful, and I quickly found it. And if you would like to participate, the SoCal Tamagotchi Club has not had their very first meeting yet. So if you want to be a ground founding member, you can
it.
go ahead and join them on September. I think it's 17.
15. It's
Well, this
literally
one,
it's on the slide.
15. Where? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh my gosh, I hadn't seen that you had put it in Tama date. Okay, so good, so
I
good.
did it, by the
So
way.
yeah,
I can't take credit for that. The so-called Tamagotchi Club had that on their page.
nice. I'm telling you, I'm so excited because I've been just living through the people who are doing the Toronto
Hmm.
Tamagotchi Club. I'm just like, ah, that's so cool. I want to have a club like that so I can trade Tamagotchi stuff because I recently got my uni and I've recently been going back into Tamas. I did kill my Connect like 3 times already and I took off his batteries because I just couldn't cope. But I'm excited to start a new journey with my uni. And with the uni is a lot of interaction with other players. You can trade items, you can join events together. So I'm like, I'm gonna be a lonely uni player, but not anymore. So I'm gonna try to join the so-called Tamagotchi Club, and I'll RSVP for their meeting on September 15th. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I'll let you guys know more news as we get closer to the event.
Yeah, because these things, they really introduce a brand new level of play when you have this connectivity. My wife and I, for example, we love playing Animal Crossing. Uh, but the game gets stale unless you're open to the internet and everything else that people are doing. And I am pretty sure that anything that has connectivity and connection to the Wi-Fi will eventually have hackers that will break the game and create, infinite items, just like Animal Crossing has. Which it's probably the best thing in the world because it makes the game so much more enjoyable. But yes, so it'd be cool to have a meetup. Otherwise, the game can get pretty like monotonous. And it's cool because now we're kind of getting that vibe that we had in Japan, where just like people were excited for Tamagotchi. Like you can see it. There were so many advertisements across different malls across the entirety of Japan. So it's really cool that there's a bit of a wave that's picking up and reaching our shores here. Now, oh, what is this? This I did
So
not do.
yes, this one I did. As you can see, I didn't have much time to like make it super cute as the other slides were. But today is also Harajuku Day, and they're
Oh,
having a Gyaru Para Para party. So it's gonna be happening at the Little Tokyo Galleria, like it happens every single month, and it's gonna be Gyaru styles centric. So if you want to have a Gyaru makeover, you can go ahead and go to Little Tokyo. They will have the Kira Kira girls, and there will be a bunch of different booths that will be catering to the Gyaru J fashion style. And I know it's not what, yes.
what is Gyaru?
So Gyaru is pretty much you have it's a look where you look extra tan. You do have blondish hair. It's kind of like California girl meets scene kid because you have
Got it.
extravagant hairstyles, bows, and accessories, while the emphasis of the fashion is like what's it called? Darker skin color, lighter eye coloration, large
Oh, like
lashes,
it's like the spray on tan.
kind of that. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like just excessive of that extra femme California super tan vibes. It's their
Oh,
interpretation
I'm
of
looking at it
California
right now.
girl in Japan, completely excessive with cute, very feminine accessories. It kind of does play a lot with some Y2K fashions, but it's really it's a very specific J fashion that I have
Hmm.
never participated on. I have seen a lot of gyarus, and we do have a lot of gyarus that do make it to the Harajuku Day and into the Harajuku Day fashion shows. And there will be a whole gyaru fashion show happening today as well. So if you're interested to learn more about this branch of J fashion, I invite you to go to Little Tokyo to the Galleria and learn more about it from the girls themselves.
That's so cool. Let me see. I have something to share right here.
Okay,
Right.
I see. So, drink. Yep. So that's pretty much the style. It's like excessive blonde waves, sometimes pink hair, highlights, lots of tan. Like most J fashion and like Japanese beauty standards are with lighter the coloration,
Mm,
but for them it's tan. Tan is it's one of the standards for the gyaru style.
gotcha. All right. Seems very Hannah Montana-ish, to be honest. In my
Yeah, like it's kind of influenced by a lot of like super American core stuff.
That's cool. All right, dude. Little Tokyo has seen event after event for the past month. We were there just last week for Nisei Week, which was an entire week event, and now we're this, dude. That place has no chill. And by the way, do you want to quickly feature the things we got out of those gotcha?
I think so. Let me see what I have in
I
hand.
have it. I have it at my hands, at least the big one that we got.
Big one. Let me
So
see.
while Porcelain Piggy looks, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Uh,
Oh, I know which one you mean.
yeah, the one that I got. So we both got this gotcha, which was not a
I got it.
gotcha.
It was a
It's
blind box.
blind box. There we go. That's the right term. So we got a blind box,
I have the
and
box right here because I'm
oh,
at home.
perfect. So we got blind boxes that were Yu-Gi-Oh themed, and you can get one of six items that were not only cute and cool, but also functional for the office. This one, the Dark Magician, it's a card holder. So it's supposed to hold your very important business card, but I use it to hold very important cards.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a good, and that's the thing. What you guys don't know is that we spent like almost 30 minutes just like weighing the boxes because
Yes,
I wanted a specific one. I wanted Joey.
because Joey has it's a phone holder that has a um the scapegoats on it.
It has all the scapegoats on it. And for me, I was like, I want it. But for some reason, my brain was like, oh, he has clouds. He needs to be the lightest box. I'm like, I should have read that he's supposed to be a phone stand. So he needs to be the heaviest box to give your phone
Mhm.
some balance. So I was like, I'll go with the lightest. So I picked the lightest. Max was like, I'm gonna go with the heaviest. So he picked the heaviest, and he ended up getting Joey.
Yeah, I did, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was hoping. My hope was that the heaviest one would be like the blue eyes or the red eyes, but nope, it ended up being Joey Wheeler, and we immediately traded because I know Porcelain P has so many figures that Joey related that I'm like, it's be a crime for you not to have it.
Yeah, like we need a Joey in our collection, and the way he is described by Kaiba and is that he's a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. I had to look at my spouse for clarification because he knows this quote by heart. But yes, I was like, yes, we need this third-rate duelist with his fourth-rate deck in our household.
His deck is garbage, dude. It's true garbage. But there's not, if you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh, guys, there's nothing more fun than a garbage deck because it allows you to do so many wacky things that it's just hilarious.
Like I'm saying, I was watching how Yugi beat Joey at Duelist Kingdom when he aged his Dark Magician. I was like, you straight up cheating there, Yugi. That's not even that was Joey's victory. That was supposed to be Joey's victory, but you're like, no, actually, he's now an ancient magician and stronger than you will ever be. I don't know why he sounds like Pegasus in my mind, but
bro, you know what? I gotta say, as a Yu-Gi-Oh player who played around when I was in high school, when the game was in its inception, man, fourth pack or so, like that was it, 4 sets by that time, or 3. There was one duel I cheated by just simply telling my opponent exactly what the effect was in my mind, and I won, and I was just like, oh yeah, this card does this, and they were like, oh really? It's like, yeah, that's what it does. Look, because it was a brand new card, right? So I was just like, yeah, it does this, this is this, and then I went, and I had a crowd around me because it was before the start of class during breakfast, and we were playing 4 cards, right? Because of course we were, and then I won. And when it came time to like nutrition, right, the first break of the day, you know, he approached me, was like, hey, you cheated. And I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
He's like, it's the Yu-Gi way. It's the Moto way.
Like, I wasn't going to hide it. I was like, yes, I did. But it was your fault for not checking the card. All you got to do is read it.
That's the rule that I keep hearing with Yu-Gi-Oh players nowadays, too. It's like, if you don't check the card, then too bad. I was like, I don't know. I just can't play with you guys. I can't play with you guys. And I feel like now the dueling is so fast that you really can't check. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. You're literally just grabbing, shuffling, putting back, special summoning, side deck summoning. You're literally just grabbing from my deck and summoning. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no. Nowadays, cheating it's so much more easy, but at the same time, there's a lot more judges and there's a lot more knowledgeable people that can be like, hey, what happens if this happens?
I like watching the Yu-Gi-Oh, the World Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. Those once they come up, I'll share with you guys, because you do kind of know the rules that they're playing by. First, the rules are stated. There are specific parameters that they need to meet and speeds that they can play through. So I'm like, okay, certain decks that can and cannot be played. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I can kind of get a handle of what the game is like now. But like in the streets, I can't do street Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Like, no,
you can't do Battle City.
Battle City's not for me. I'm gonna get mugged.
Well, now let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, because yes, this is not a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, but we do love it so much. 70 Years of Godzilla, a group exhibition. What is up with our homie Gods?
So we are having a celebratory 70 Years of Godzilla gallery presented by Ghost and Spoke Art. It is sorry, it is in La Cienega Boulevard in Los Angeles, and it will be open from August 10th. So it started already till August 30th. I was gonna go to this Saturday, But then, the All American happened. So I was like, I'm sorry, the All American takes priority because you're going to be here next weekend, Godzilla. There
Oh,
are
okay.
some limited edition prints by a lot of independent artists that are available. I have my eye on one. It's an $85 print and I want it so bad. It's
Whoa.
beautiful. So I'm just gonna like hold my wallet and wait for my first paycheck and reconsider. Once my first paycheck comes back, I'll see if I will go ahead and want to purchase that print because I'm obsessed with it. I really want it. I love the colors because one of the hard things to illustrate with Godzilla is adding colors. One of the reasons I love my Cutezilla is because it takes away a lot of that just dark and gray and green that you see on the shelf. With my Cutezilla, she has some pinks. She has, her lipstick that highlights her beautiful face and smile. But that's one of the things that I like to see play with Godzilla and other kaijus, adding some color to them so they're a little bit more vibrant. I think that's one of the reasons I gravitate to Jet Jaguar because it's just so bright. So there is this piece that has flowers painted into Godzilla and it just looks so good. I was like, I love it. I want it so badly. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed it doesn't sell out by the time I commit to the purchase.
By the way, did you ever get your JJ from Tamashi Nations?
Not yet. So pre-orders are gonna be shipped by mid-August from Big Bad Toy Store. So I'm waiting for that.
Okay, you went through Big Bad. That's why.
Yeah, I went through Big Bad. So
I saw
I'm waiting for him.
I saw him. I was Angela's Geeks yesterday, which is actually very close to where I live. It's like, whoa. And they have a ridiculous selection of Tamashi Nations merchandise. And I saw the JJ there, and I was like, wait a minute. I thought you were supposed to get it. But okay, got it. Well, I didn't see it in Japan, but I did see it here. So between sometime around that time, it started to ship. So you should be getting some sort of notification pretty soon. Cool event. Hopefully you get to go. One event that I will not get to go because I literally just found out about it this week, and it's happening yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Oh, right? I was like, you can still book a flight.
I know. It's Honolulu 2024. What is it? Well, it's Pokemon's World Championships. And this is all TCG. This is all like are you eating?
I'm sorry, I'm hungry.
I thought we were back. Sorry, everybody. But we are in Hawaii this time around celebrating the Pokemon Championships. And that means merch that is specific to this event. And it's also a very cool theme. Ever since we had the horrible fires that happened in Hawaii, we kind of been away from, tourism to Hawaii. We've been giving it a bit of time, but now
we've literally been just waiting for okay, what's the cue that the locals want us to follow when it comes to this? We want to be respectful of giving them space and yet supporting them by sending in donations and things for the rebuild, but we don't know how to move forward as tourists. So we're kind of seeing what are the cues that are coming from that side, from that side.
And apparently this is one because it brings a lot of families. It brings a lot of players from all around the world. I was lucky enough to actually be there for the 2023 World Championships when they happened in Yokohama, Japan. I was just happened to be there. It wasn't planned. But I did see that the whole city gets painted Pokemon, and the same thing is happening here. Now, I realize that not everybody's just going to book a flight, go tomorrow to just kind of explore, but there are still things that you can do. For example, if you go to Pokemon Center, there's one in New York, right? Or you can go to their website. You can actually grab some of this merch. It's pretty nice. Or if you play Pokemon Go, you can actually get the Pikachu yourself by simply battling in 1-star raids, which are going on all this weekend until the 20th. So there are still some things that you can accumulate if you like to play Pokemon. If you're still following along, and especially if you play Pokemon Go like I do religiously for the past 6 years.
You've continued. I started, but then it took so much battery away from my phone that I was like, I can't. I need to make phone calls.
Pokemon Go is my Duolingo. Like your spouse has Duolingo, I have Pokemon Go. Like it's that thing that is just part of our day now,
It's your streak. It's your
It's
streak.
my
By
streak.
the way, my flex is a 926-day streak as of now.
Damn, we're close to getting to that 1K. So again, cool event virtually that anybody can attend to, so long as you're playing a Pokemon Go, of course. But yeah, it's pretty nice little event. Now the other thing is that I do want to bring your attention, because we're like, if you are a Hot Wheel collector and you're like, well, where is the Legends Tour? Like typically, doesn't it happen during the summer? Now for LA, it's happening in October. It's not gonna be blazing hot. Yes,
Every time we go, like I plan an adorable outfit and then I'm sweating through it because it's so hot. There's no coverage, and you're just like, I'm dying. I'm seeing colors, and I'm hearing colors. I'm seeing sounds. I need water. I need electrolytes.
And there's there's only one like food truck that is selling water. And last time they sold out of water.
Yes,
remember?
they did. Yeah, that's how I was like, I bring my own water bottle at all times. So if you're gonna go to Legends Tour in LA, it's still warm in October. Just bring water, bring hat coverage, bring it. You know, even though it is gonna be a little bit cooler, it'll still be kind of sunny. Just prepare for sun. But it is totally worth going. It's completely free. There is a shuttle that takes you from the Mattel store to the Legends Tour. I recommend that you hit up the Legends Tour first and then hit up the Mattel shop, because one of my mistakes the first time was making the line for the Mattel shop, shopped inside, bought a couple of things that were a little too heavy for me to carry around, then went to the Legends Tour and was carrying those heavy stuff around. And then I was like, okay, now I'm too tired. I want to go home. So plan it out.
I feel like this time around, it actually lends itself to so many cool things, because it's around tent season. It's also like the big sale tent season. You're going to have the Legends Tour. Mattel store is usually going to have something new by that point, because in October, that's when they finally get rid of all the old summer, spring stock, and they're preparing for Christmas. So I feel like moving it from the summer to October was a brilliant move. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. And there's free autographs, free prints, and you can also get autographs. What the heck?
Do the buddy system. If you guys go, and if you have a child, bring them along. You get free stuff with children.
Oh yeah.
So if you are planning on going and you've been hesitant about it, you have a little one, bring them over. They're gonna have a good time. You can get free signatures, as Max mentioned, and if you have a buddy, you need to split up and conquer, because one of you guys can be making line for one of the exclusives while the other one can be picking up the other exclusive, because there are some exclusive ones that are only sold during the Legends Tour. Last year we picked one up for ourselves. We did miss on a second one. I think it was the Moon Eyes.
No, it was the Ryo Asada's. We were celebrating his life because he had just passed away. His Acura NSX. He had like the two letter lights on the top.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a few, and the setup for getting in is usually kind of dumb. I'm gonna say it's dumb. They're like, you need this bracelet for what? Nobody knows. So
to this day, we don't know what the bracelet was for.
Yeah, to this day, they're like, we were all rushing in, because we're like, we gotta go make line to get the exclusive. And they're like, wait, you need a bracelet. I was like, what for?
And they made us go all the way back, get the bracelet, and then move all the way forward again. And then we're like, wait a minute, nobody else has bracelets, and they're getting the same things we are. I'm like,
because there's two ways to enter. We enter through the back. So if you take the shuttle, they'll drop you off in the back. But if you want to enter through the front, you'll be closer to the lines that have the exclusive items, but the line does get longer quicker. So just an FYI. If you want to go in through the front and not experience whatever confusion the staff is going through at that moment, go through the front, but you have to get there early, because the lines are wild, the traffic is heavy, and that traffic is actually really enjoyable, because it's usually the traffic of all the Legends cars trying to be parked into the lot, and it's really fun to watch.
And also, if you go to this El Segundo one, you get to park in the Mattel store parking lot for free. And that in itself is pretty cool, because you get to ride the shuttle for free. You get a really cool picture from the top of the structure. Whoa. Believe me, guys, you are not going to regret it. Now, I do want to talk about Tamagotchi Uni for a little bit. I know that you haven't unboxed it yet, and you're working on a video for it. But hey, look who's here.
Oh, baby!
Yes, Pee-wee, we are taking the show a little earlier. We're taping it a little earlier because we're heading over to the collector All American show today. Um, so yeah, that's the uni, right? That's the
Even
brand new
Mamechi.
Dark Mamechi.
Dark Mamechi, that's what you call
So, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It looks amazing. There's already a community based around it. We are revving up that club that's going to be meeting pretty soon. If you want the information, go back to the earlier slides. We'll have all the information for that. Um, but people have been already playing it. There's updates to it already, and there's already charts as far as like what can happen, and the variety of things is pretty crazy.
Yeah, because based on the way your Tamagotchi is like made, you have certain family traits that develop in the family tree you create.
Yeah, like there's just so much. What the heck?
It's really cool. And sometimes you might end up with unwanted traits that you'll try to remove from generation to generation. It's really fun.
Mamechi here does not look pretty happy with Nelitachi. It's like,
Yeah, he does not look happy, huh?
yeah, same thing with Kuchipachi and Woopachi. Oh, Woopachi. And what is this? Makimochi, which is like Kuchipachi, but with a shell. It's ridiculous. I love this thing.
I'm
So
telling you, it's a whole new universe that I can't wait to explore.
yeah,
Hi, Crystal. It was yesterday. It was yesterday.
official day yesterday, but official celebration the entire weekend. You know, because that's how you do weekend birthday, right? Like it's the entire day. But yeah, so like I would say get Tamagotchi, guys. Enjoy it one more time. This looks to be the best type of game right now. Look at Porcelain Piggy. She already has like different fashions for it.
I haven't even opened it, and I bought 2 different watch covers for it. I got a green one and then a little pink one. So we'll see how they look with the purple on background on it. But I'm like, I can't wait to play it.
And the other thing is, if you're asking yourself, does Porcelain Piggy have a Apple Watch? No, she does not have an Apple Watch. Does she wear a watch from the regular? No, but she's definitely gonna wear this.
I am. And thank you for all the birthday wishes.
Now, moving on, let's talk about a little bit of McFarlane, right? Like we talked so much about events happening now, happening in the past, happening now, happening next week, and happening a few months in advance. So if you came in a little bit late, you can always go back and check those events out. We also had a lot of really cool discussion. And happy birthday weekend. Max should treat you to do shopping spree at the Glendale show. You know, Crystal, I'm really glad you brought that up because all week I'm like, we've been going to Target with my wife, and every time we go, I say like, I don't have a present for Porcelain Piggy. I don't have a present for her. I don't have a present for her. This time I was caught off guard. I don't have a present. But then I was like, wait, we're going to the Glendale show. There's probably going to be something she likes. And there you go, insta present. So yes, Crystal, that was my plan. Way to ruin it.
But, okay. I was like, I wonder what Max has, because he always surprises me with rando stuff that I don't expect, but I enjoy. But indeed. By the way, later on we'll go over the gifts I have received, and I'm so excited. I'm staring at it right here and squeezing it with, like, what's it called? That aggression? Cute aggression.
Cute aggression. Now, I do want to bring in McFarlane for a brief discussion here because, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
I keep it right at 500, Phoebe. Right at 500.
Oh, my God. Dang. Keep it under 500. What are we buying? Anyhow, luckily, not a single Furby is worth $500 unless it's that legend suit, which may come up every now and then. McFarlane Toys released their brand new collector's line, which was hit and miss, right? Some people got really pissed with the earlier wave, and then some people are like, kind of, all right. The second wave with this wave is monumental because we are no longer getting those card stands that Porcelain Piggy kept saying, oh, yeah, you're going to like them. You're going to use them.
You did. Don't come at me saying, we didn't like the stands. No, you bashed on them, and then you're like, I need more stands.
And now we're getting no more stands, okay?
And now you're sad.
Now, look at this this looks like a really good offering. Alternative heads, alternative hands, and extra things, weapons. For example, the Bruce actually brings this giant light post.
He does?
He
I
does.
hadn't even noticed it. My brain didn't capture it as a part of the ensemble for the toy or the accessories for the toy. I was just like,
Yeah,
oh, just like photo there.
it's the sticker. I'm sorry, it's the card, the hands, the heads, the accessories, as well as the giant light pose, which is just
Honestly,
brilliant.
I don't feel like the amount of plastic that was being used for the card stand would ever equal to the amount of plastic being used for the lamppost. But thank you for that,
But in
honestly.
McFarlane, like, what is math to Todd? And I gotta say, if you may think, oh, dude, well, there's definitely a lot more with Batman than with Huntress. No, 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 because Huntress brings a bendy wire cape.
Yeah, I see it. Like it's true fabric cape
Yeah.
because you can see the seams on the end. A little
Now,
rough seams, not gonna lie.
not gonna lie, but they're giving you bendy wire, which and seams can actually be hidden quite well on a picture, right?
That's
It's
true.
not
That's true.
they're not that apparent. The other thing is, let's say thank you to Aesthetic, which we met, remember, at the Toy Depot event, who actually told us, like, you're going to start seeing a lot of changes. This is probably what he meant. And
They're doing the Lord's work in that office.
I got to say, I think Aesthetic is doing the Lord, like, singularly saying, hey, Todd, you should do this. Hey, Todd, you should do this. And Todd is listening, which is kind of good. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, by the way, I bought this entire wave. It's only $50. The next thing is the Cobra Rattler. This is a HasLab. Okay,
So you already backed it?
I have it. I was actually sitting here being like, isn't there a HasLab? And I'm like, oh yeah, the Rattlers it's happening, right? Retail price $325. That's how much you have to pay for to get this thing, right? It brings patches and it brings 3 extra figures if the unlockables go through. There's a lot of things, right?
Oh wow.
There's a lot of things. Now, I was just like, man, I don't have
I like
300.
that plane stand, by the way.
Uh-huh. Now it's just like it has lights too, inside and out. And the wings fold too. It's cool. But I was like, I don't have $300 to spend. And suddenly Mercari tells me, hey, don't forget you have a balance. And I'm like, balance. I check Mercari and I have 300 something dollars in it. I'm like, but I still need to excuse this purchase. So let's go ahead and do some mental gymnastics.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's join Joey with some mental gymnastics.
Let's do some let's join this third class duelist and let's do some fourth rate reasoning here. Number one, the original, released in 1984, a few years before I was born, retail at $9. Okay, $9. That is ridiculous for an. But remember, these are for like 3 3/4 inch figures, right? Mm-hmm. Now, adjusted.
It makes sense to the scale.
Yes, adjusted for inflation, right? It'll be $30 today, right?
Yes.
But the aftermarket complete goes between 150 to 390. This listing sold August 16th, meaning yesterday. Ooh. Right? For 380.
You've been doing research like to the wee hours of the night, sir.
So that vintage one, it's actually more expensive than the whole thing.
And it's smaller. So you're getting a better value for what you're paying for the
Correct. And you're getting a box too, because this one is on box without a box. Okay. I imagine that with the box,
this one has years of play, and like the plastic quality might be a little bit more fragile than the one you're getting. I'm following you. So
far, I'll be a fool not to buy this, right? Like it's definitely there. Okay. Next thing. This is the Firefly. This was last year's HasLab. And granted, it hasn't even been released yet. I don't have it. I bought it. It hasn't been sent to me. It hasn't been shipped out. It was originally $275. That's how much I paid for it with free shipping. And it's already being sold on eBay for $575. These are
But this
listed.
point is a making money strategy.
This is a 109% increase in price. Okay? And this was sold on Thursday. People are literally buying a picture. Okay? They're saying, yes, I'm going to give you $575, and you basically are promising that
And
once
you're gonna
you
ship
get
it to me once you get it.
yeah, you're going to ship it. And I'm like, okay. So far, buying a Haslef at retail price is actually the way to go. I'll be a fool not to buy it at retail. Point number
Honestly, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
two. That is exactly what I say. Now, third, the aftermarket is relentless, right? So much
Yeah.
so, and this is tied in, right?
Okay.
This is meant to grind your gears a little bit, guys. For example, Beetlejuice. We know that the Beetlejuice fever is coming. These are all the popcorn buckets, right?
Yes, and cups.
They're already being sold in the aftermarket.
Of course, by the employees of the theater.
Yes, this one with the tombstone, it's literally on the theater, on top of the box. It was shipped into them.
Yep.
Okay, so I need to buy this now when it's available to everyone. Nobody is taking it,
At a
and
fair market value.
at a market value, because clearly, right, $325 is a ganga, aka a great deal.
It's a steal
Is a steal. I'll be losing money if I didn't.
if you don't buy it.
I submit to you my mental gymnastics.
I approve of your mental gymnastics because honestly, the price will increase. But
Yeah.
I want to see once the Firefly is in hand and people have unboxed it, then what about? I know you have picked specific examples because I would like to see what it would be like if you're doing it with the ones that have already been released and people already have had it in hand for about a year. What's the resale value for those?
I mean, it's still high, but I'm sure it's less than 100%, increase, right? I've seen, for example, and the problem is that at some point, some people want them, right?
Mhm.
But at some time, if you're really buying them to sell, you can't move them because everybody expects to get double the price, right? Or more than double the price. So what you have is a whole bunch of people who just have those boxes out there, and we've seen it. I've seen it in a Totu, right? And during Toy Mania, there's a person who always brings a Sentinel, always brings a Galactus because they just can't sell it because nobody's like, oh yeah, I'm here to drop, like Pee Wee said, $500,
Mhm.
So like very few people are doing that. So
And I feel like it's harder to do it in person, but easier to do it online.
yeah, it's absolutely because I feel like a lot of people who are buying this are abroad, right?
Yeah, and that they didn't even have the ability to pre-order it.
Correct.
Because I know Australia always gets screwed when it comes to pre-orders and exclusives here in the States. Because they never get a chance to get it.
Now, I do want to also address the fact that a lot of these popcorn buckets, right, or a lot of this new kind of cool merchandise that we're getting to promote all these movies, is also getting poached, and it sucks because I actually really like this sandworm popcorn bucket, as well as the the head thing. But I'm pretty sure that at some point we're gonna see them in the thrift.
Oh yeah, these are gonna be like the Disney popcorn buckets that you find left and right with your local thrift store nowadays too. And the other thing is like we're in one of the best seasons. Not only are we in August transitioning into fall, but this is a time where the ground begins to rumble and things begin to emerge. And those abandoned buildings get coated by the beautiful Halloween stores. And those Halloween stores usually have amazing Beetlejuice items. Like year after year, whenever I've been having a Beetlejuice craving, I usually go to my Halloween stores that appear in the middle of a fall. And also keep an eye on Hot Topic. Hot Topic usually gets them. Like
Yeah.
last year, they had the Halloween stores had a bowl just
Hmm.
like this popcorn bucket of the sandworm. So,
Oh,
but it was ceramic instead.
yeah.
So I'm like, just keep an eye on them. They do have them
Yeah.
out there. There's a bunch of different items. And usually those Halloween pop-up shops are the ones that give you really cool exclusives. I'm really
Mhm.
upset that I missed out. And like this one was not a Beetlejuice one because all the Beetlejuice ones, things that I want, I usually jump to them because I know they're gonna fly. But this one was a Scooby-Doo purse that I wanted so badly. It was a
Oh,
Scooby Snacks box as a purse and it sold out within the first week. I kept trying to go get it, but it was just always sold out. And they're like, oh, just check your local store. I'm like, I will. I'll try. But Spirit Halloween did not have it.
so yeah, like, and by all means, don't rush when you see things like this. Which were all of these three were sold yesterday, the 16th,
Wow.
right? So don't rush out and don't get FOMO, because chances are that all of these are going to end up in some trash can or in some thrift store near you. So
Or in a
don't be
flea
bummed
market
out.
near you.
Yeah,
Like good things come to those who thrift. So if you shop
absolutely.
secondhand, guess what? You haven't missed a chance to get this. Just think that your opportunity of getting these items is from here till the end of your life, because you
Correct.
can keep going to the thrift store every single week, and most likely you'll find them. So
And,
you're good.
and
It's open
also,
season, baby.
the only good thing that comes out of these eBay auctions, which are, by the way, these people selling them out of their job, I get it. You're trying to make a quick buck because you don't get paid enough. I get it, but you still suck. Um,
Because
but
look
the
at
one
that shipping, $68. It's the same price
$68,
as
yeah,
the tombstone. I literally bought myself that same tombstone without it being like usable as anything. It's just like a decoration for $10 2 years ago
yes,
at Spirit Halloween.
yeah. So like, you're still scum of the earth, but the one thing is that at the very least we can confirm which items will be indeed available or theoretically
Mhm.
available, right? Unlike the
Buddy cup.
Buddy Cup from Godzilla. So
I'm so sad about that.
remember, mental gymnastics, guys. Sometimes we use them in order to excuse a purchase, but at the end of the day, I really wouldn't buy this unless I had the money available. I actually was looking to pass on it simply because, and it's not like I don't open my HasLabs. I have every HasLab displayed behind me. Uh, like, I wasn't really gonna buy it unless I had the money from selling toys, and it turns out that I do. So I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and do it. And this time around, Hasbro also decided not to do a HasLab, right?
Mm.
So makes it a lot easier for us. So it's like, okay, that's really cool. Now let's go ahead and end the show, or at the very least, the slide part of the show. I know you still have to do your show and tell, with the confirmation that Rosie Knight, the author for Godzilla Monster Island Summer Camp, which is now starting to become available. I had to pick it up sometime this week. Will be joining us sometime in September.
Woo,
So
I'm excited.
we exchanged emails yesterday to confirm, and we're trying to work out a date. I'm going to CC you on those emails so that we can go ahead and start kind of coordinating the best time to talk about this here comic book. So, if you want to be part of the conversation, want to have questions, you want to have your thoughts shared, I would suggest go to your local comic book store, find this and give it a read. It's also on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle too. So definitely give it a read and be part of the conversation, because it's going to be a pretty interesting, our first author for sure on the
Mhm.
show, a pretty good show. So just putting it out there, go do your homework, read it as we will.
We
I'm sure
usually
that
do have an author in our chat, Bambi Raptor, but it
true.
will be our very first author interview on the show.
Absolutely. And she's also done a few more Godzilla themed.
Yes, I actually was gonna bring this up because I do have Godzilla Rivals, Patra. It's pretty good, and I can see the type of world that she develops
Mhm,
from the world from Godzilla Rivals of Batra to this one, because I see the girl with the robot arm, and
mhm.
it seems to be the same type of world building. So I have a few questions because I do own that Godzilla Rivals comic.
Yeah, so it's going to be very, very, very cool. So we'll keep you guys updated, but just make sure that regardless, you check out this comic book and you support your local comic book store. They are an amazing place to be, an
Oh my God.
oasis in the middle of just pedestrian things, to be honest.
I got so scared that I thought that Earth 2 Comics had closed yesterday. I wanted to make it part of my like birthday migration to just stop by, and it was closed. I was like, it looks closed forever, but so I jumped into their Instagram and they're like, oh no, we're good, we're good. I was like, oh thank God, because I was like, oh, you're the closest one to me, R2. I don't want you to be gone.
Yeah, Mo, like we have a donut shop, Simone's Donuts in Long Beach, that it's always open, literally always open, no matter what day, what holiday, are always open. And this time around, I was like, I'm gonna go get a ham and cheese croissant because that's the only place where I get ham and cheese croissants. I went there and they were resurfacing the entire drive, like the pavement for it. So
Oh
it was closed because obviously they're not gonna sit there with the noise and the smells and the no customers
yeah,
because nobody can park. So they were closed. Now it's just like, what are the chances?
my
I
ham and
can go
cheese.
there. Yeah. So that is pretty much it we have for the slides, guys. We had an amazing show, but we are not done just yet. We have hit the 1 hour mark, by the way. Look at that.
We
Perfect.
have perfect, pretty, and clean. And I do have just to share a couple of the gifts I have gotten. So these are my current stash of birthday gifts. I'm so excited. We will begin with Chibi Godzilla from Chibi Godzilla Raids again. This guy is so difficult to find. I went to Japan and could not find it. This
Nice.
vinyl was released last year during, I believe it was also like it's September-ish.
Mhm.
And it made it out to the jungle during that time. And because I was focused on like Christmas gifts, and there's also a lot of birthdays in our families during that time, I didn't focus on myself. So I was like, he's gonna be available all the time. I'll buy him later. He was $20 in the jungle. And after that, I never saw him again.
Damn,
And my
20 was
spouse
pretty
went
good.
ahead and hunted this one for me. And I'm so happy I have it. Because like for these collection, I'm hoping that they'll release Mecha Godzilla too. Because I
Oh
just want
yeah.
Chibi and Mecha. I know they do have what's it called, King Ghidorah available. It's currently available for I believe $25 on eBay with some shipping from Japan. They have also, I've seen sneaky peeks of Mothra being released from the Chibi Godzilla Raids Again series, and I am obsessed with the series. By the way, if you haven't checked it out, they do have a new season, and I'm holding my breath for them to make Manila this way as well, because this new season has Manila, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait.
I've seen them play volleyball.
I have to. I've been saving all the episodes because I just want to binge it.
Oh, I see.
And also,
Next.
I did get a Monchichi shirt.
Ooh,
So
that's a
it
cool
has,
shirt.
yeah, so it has like all the like cousins and friends of Monchichis. It's an Instagram hot topic. My spouse got it for me as well. And like
That's nice.
I'm over the moon because these are two things that I went to Japan looking for. I went looking for Monchichi stuff and Chibi Godzilla Raids Again items. And although I found some of these in the what's it called, Awaji Island, it wasn't the ones I was looking for. They had a wall full of vinyl Godzilla stuff, but not a single Chibi Godzilla Raids Again figure. So I was
Well,
like,
ironically, I found both of them.
I know. Mike found a store that had a collaboration with it, and then he found like a Monchichi store. I went everywhere. I didn't see a Monchichi in all of Japan until I went to Narita Airport, and there was just one bag from their previous like parade wave that they had. But I was like, I'm not gonna drop 25 or 2,500 yen on a lunch size baggie. I'm sorry. I came here for the plushies. But my husband went ahead and did me right by getting me all the stuff I was craving in Japan.
And by the way, 2,500 yen is about 16 bucks.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm like, I know I'm
I'm
not
just
gonna
giving our
use
audience some reference. I'm not hunting
no
you down.
guilt tripping me. No, because for me, I was like, it's too small for me to carry anything.
That is true, and it's bulky when it comes to packing. Plushies
Yeah, it
can
wasn't
be
bulky at all.
squished.
Like I could just fold it, but I'm like, it's not
Mhm.
insulated. I can't use it as a lunchbox. It'll literally just be a tiny cute bag. I was like, I have a lot of bags. It's like I
Next,
came for the toys.
Sugiwa.
And that's it. That's all I got so far.
Well, I guess it's my turn to get you something today. Hopefully, you find nothing today, and I get to save my money. But
Nah, I'm gonna be looking. And by the way, we did pick up a lot of cool gachas from Little Tokyo last time we went.
and you also picked up a Tamagotchi flag, aka a
Oh,
rag.
another a sweat rack. I can pull it up. I have it right here.
These are little hand drying towels that are very popular in Japan, and so they have designs for just about everything. And it just so happens that when we went to Little Tokyo, we found the Tamagotchi one randomly, guys.
Oh, Mamechi. I was like, are you joking? Because for me, when I was also, when we were shopping over there in Japan, I was like, I want a cute hand towel. Because when we left, I had purchased one of Midoriya from My Hero Academia, and that was the one I was using throughout.
Mhm.
But I was like, I want a cute one because I'm like, he's not my favorite character. I just picked it up because it was cheap a book off. So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, but I was like, I want a cute one because I see all these girlies with all their super cute ones. I'm like, I want like an either Tamagotchi one or I Godzilla Raids again. When we did go to Nigod, they had some of the Chibi Godzilla, but they were so small. I was like, that's not enough.
That's not enough.
But Book of LA got us here at Little Tokyo.
He
So
says Mamechi. So dumb.
so we have Mamechi's beautiful face just staring at us. So I'm telling you, you honestly, I went to do a giant trip for no reason. All the stuff I needed were here in LA.
Where was it that you go? That you went?
Little Tokyo.
No. Where was it that you went in that big trip?
Oh no.
All
No,
right,
I
guys.
don't want to be you. I don't want to be that person.
And
I dropped it too many times.
And with that, we will go ahead and say goodbye. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us for another Saturday Toycast. My name is Max, otherwise known as Mighty Max Toys, and my co-host was
Porcelain Piggy. And don't forget to follow us on our Instagram here at Porcelain Piggy, or for Max on Mighty Max Toys, or in our toy show one, which is Toy Tangents, where I did post a reminder that we were going to have the show at 9. So I'm trying my best to stay up to date with that. We are both working really hard to manage the middle account really well, so that way we can keep you guys up to date and kind of on the know to know.
It's a learning curve, but I think we're doing pretty good. Now I have to get going because I have a longer ways to drive than you do. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you for going up. Thank you for all the comments. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like this episode. We will meet again next Saturday.
Bye. Oh, and thank you for the birthday wishes.
Oh yeah, it's true. Happy birthday. Bye.